Hey guys, this is Pt.26. Today I'm going to be doing my first musical review. It's going to be about Metallica this time, which is a classic band, and of course you can see I have two shirts of them. This is the And Justice for All one, and this is a hoodie I got, and it's since 1981. So yeah, it's a really good shirt. But I'm not talking about the shirts today. I'm talking about my favorite things about the Metallica albums. And the things I dislike. So basically, I'm gonna start off with Kill 'Em All. You see, Metallica began. It's kind of a long story in how Metallica is because of how many bassists they lost and all. It all actually started out with James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich, and they were the beginning Metallica. There's someone else who is also part of the beginning Metallica and is along with the Metallica family, but we will get to him later. Basically, it originally started out with James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Ron, and Dave Mustaine. You see, Dave Mustaine, he was kicked out later, and they were going to bring out an album called Metal Up Your... You know what I mean. It was originally gonna be that way, but it didn't work out. So, the metal companies that had to do with it kind of disagree with the name or something. I'm not so sure about that. But all I know is that the name didn't go well with the company, so it was out there. So they decided to rename it Kill 'Em All, and they kicked out Dave Mustaine and replaced him with Kirk Hammett. He is still the soloist of the band, and the three, James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, and Kirk Hammett, are the original Metallica family, but now they have Robert Trujillo, who they are including. But this isn't going to be a video about Metallica's history. This is going to be my reviews about the album. So after this, I'm going to review. So now I'll just start reviewing. The first album, Kill 'Em All, was actually a really good album in my opinion. It's really thrashy and it's kind of hardcore somewhat because there's a lot of growls and screams. And if you listen to the song "Hit the Lights," I mean, how can you not say that is a like to hardcore music? When I listened to it, and I already listened to stuff like Blackened, but when I listened to that, I was like, this is hardcore music. This is like Metallica gone like more crazy than they ever were before, and Metallica's always been crazy either way. No matter how much they change, they've always been somewhat crazy people because that's who they are. Even though they did get a little less vicious, but basically it was a really great album and a genius for the first album. The solos were unimaginable. And so moving on to the second album is Metallica Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning is kind of even a little bit better than Kill 'Em All. It's kind of, in my opinion, basically the best album, even compared to the Black Album. The Black Album is great, and I love it, and it's awesome too with how they play. The solos are a little bit, kind of short in a way compared to how they used to do it, but they're still pretty good. But I mean, I have to say though, Ride the Lightning is the bomb because the solos on there are unimaginable. If you listen to the song Ride the Lightning, you'll just be blown away in how they play in that song, and they still got those hot voices. It goes real well, and it's a masterpiece. Everyone who knows Metallica and loves Metallica especially have heard that song or actually listened to the song. And next I'm going to talk about is Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets, James Hetfield's voice goes a little bit lower compared to how he used to go, but it changes later though, like in Justice for All. That's when his voice gets even lower. But in the Black Album, it kind of rises back again and continues, and it happens in Saint Anger. But basically, in Master of Puppets, it's basically this album relied on their heaviness overall. I mean, there's everything I thought when I listened to this album was more overall relied on heaviness. I mean, the opening to Battery is unbelievable. Master of Puppets is amazing. It's an amazing album, and when I first listened to it, I thought I would not really get into this album, but then suddenly I just was like, this is amazing. This is actually their second place, basically what you could say is their second place best album, even though it doesn't seem like it to some, but it kind of is, due to how many people respected it and loved it over time. Next is And Justice for All. And Justice for All was basically when Metallica was getting, I mean, it was just getting huge. I mean, they were playing in L.A., and when they're playing in LA, you know they are huge. Basically, what happens is that they released a song, Blackened, and One. One was their first music video, and that was a huge difference for many people, because usually they're used to cheesy junk, when actually when they saw that video, they knew it was all serious, and it was based off a film. I kind of forget the film, but, you know, it was just basically a really important music video on their fourth album. And it's their fourth album that they released their first music video. Like, again, fourth album. So, yeah, and just at the beginning, you just had a feeling this would be a serious song due to the tune in it and James Hetfield giving that serious face. And Blackened was the first song I've ever listened to ever of Metallica, and I loved it. And so Blackened was real well, and the guitar solo was really good too, and One is an amazing song as well. That is kind of around when Metallica was getting huge again. So after that, what I'm going to talk about next is the Black Album. The Black Album, it was released like over 18 million, you could say, in the first week. It got, I think it was 18 million, I cannot be sure. I haven't researched how much it released, but the Black Album is overall their best album, and Enter Sandman got many reviews, The Unforgiven, you know, and Nothing Else Matters, and Wherever I May Roam, and Sad But True, Through the Never. They got a lot of reviews, and it's amazing, and My Friend Misery as well. And so after that, Metallica kind of went through some changes, and I can't really say. A lot of people kind of disagree on how they went, and I kind of do too, because, you know, it wasn't our Metallica on who we liked and how they used to be, and, you know, they weren't crazy anymore. But the thing is, you were using negative energy the whole time. But after the